Hi there, it's Chris from Good Enough Scenery and welcome back to this video series on how I made this desert themed modular board. Now in the last video we made Hill A. And in this video I'll be showing you Hill B, which looks a little something like this. Now as you can see, it's a little bit different in construction. I will not be showing you exactly how I'm painting it or flocking it. That's covered in the last video, so for pure construction, let's get into it. On to our next hill, we're going to start with this big offcut that I have. So I'm going to cut this into its quarters first. Now you might think that when you're making the modular board the best thing to do is to try and cut this exactly into quarters, but it's actually better if your quarter mark is off centre completely, because that means that when it's positioned on the tile, the more lopsided it is, the more variations there are of it. To make the other cut, so by having one side that's thinner, it creates more open area on the other part of the tile, whereas if you have it dead centre, it's the same either way around. That's the point I'm trying to make. That should be our 4 quarters done. So our 4 quarters look like that, so there's going to be way more. So with this little corner here, what it loses in size, I'm going to make up for in height. So I'm taking a couple of the offcuts here, and I'm going to just slather down some hot glue. We like that, and this down like that, and give it a moment to set. I'm not going to do anything overly complicated with the shape on this. Now this is to make sure that we don't go past how big a tile it is, so let's only go up to, say, there, but just again, just making sure we're going to line up there. I mean, I'm going to do this all joined up together anyway, and up so it's going to be like a mound with this kind of thing here. That's how I'm picturing it. I have them together as I'm doing the cutting. We've got 2 pieces of our modular hill. I think this is hill. Now with the other ones, I've cut the quarters after. This one I cut it before. I think we just need to keep these together as we do it. So I'm going to do this bit here first. I think in general I'm going to want this to be more rounded. Take this. That is what I want it to look like there. So now that I've done that bit, I can concentrate on the rest of it. I'm going to try and create a nice big slope. Table one. I haven't tried doing a slope like this before, so this is going to be interesting. Probably took more off there than I wanted to, but it's not terrible at all. Keeping an eye on the bottom of the wire as I do this, make sure I'm not going too deep into it. And that is more like it. This part, which is going to be joining up here, how are we doing this? So that's what that one's looking like. Right, this one's going to be interesting and fun to play with. Yes, we need to entirely remove this flat surface. So I'm moving it without any real particular plan on doing this and just seeing what it comes out like. Okay, I'm quite happy with how the top of that's looking, how the side's looking. Now over here, this plane here. where these two bits that are stuck down a join, I'm actually going to accentuate that to actually make a feature of the join rather than trying to hide it in some way. Geologists are going to be going crazy at me saying this is not what rocks are supposed to look like. This piece is the next one to join up, so let's make sure that these are aligned. To be honest, straight off the bat, I quite like how that looks as a join. I think just apart from a little trim there, I like that. So 2 done. Some rocks are going to be feature ones, some are going to be, should we say, less so. This is going to be a less so. A lot going on with pieces. Let's make something more. Okay, nice curve on it there. So nice and simple that one, and that's obviously then going to join up with this one. Not going to do anything complicated with the join here, just something like that. And we're planning on having a big slope here, as long as I can make it, so I'm just going to do some rough shape first. And then, yeah, I'm going to try and cut off as much as I possibly can with this. As high angle as I can, like that. And then lever out at the end. I thought for one moment I completely messed that up, so I'm glad that I haven't. Can we get it even flatter than that, probably? Pretty much looking like I want it to. I think we'll call that done. So another hill completed. Well, when I say completed, I mean loads of work still to do. Then we have our next one. Probably going to do some work just to even that out, but other than that, I'm really happy with it. So just a couple of tweaks that I've made to it to flatten that out and just add some other little details. So next up, just like I did with the previous hill, going to stick these down onto suitable tiles. So next time you see this, it will be on its tiles. So this is what it ended up looking like after I had put sand down and I had painted it exactly as I'd begun with the other hill, Hill A. But if you watch the Hill A video, you will see exactly what I did to paint this so that it started looking like I actually wanted it to look like, because how it turned out here was not how I had pictured it at all. So head over and watch Hill A and you will see exactly what I did to right this wrong. And here is the completed board, and you can see Hill B just here. Now, here's a time lapse, and you can see Hill B in its different state entirely, where it's split into 2 halves on opposite sides of the board, just to show you the variety you have within just one hill itself. If you've enjoyed this, then please consider subscribing to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when new videos are released, and if you're really interested in supporting the channel and helping me to make even bigger projects, then please consider my membership for just $4.99 a month.